Music? That's fine.
Oh yeah, music. Okay, music.
At least you could try it.
Here it is.
Hare Krishna, we're live.
You can do the welcome. Here it is. Music.
Welcome to the podcast. Param, Vijayate, the official podcast of the Harinam Jihad on Earth. My name is Ishvari Keshavi. This is my husband, Machikunda Das. And today we will be discussing the first line of the 8th verse of the Siksastakam.
Sure. A little bit louder.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Ashlishyava pararatam punashtumam adarshanam marmahatam kurotu va yathatava vitatato lampato matprananathastus evana paraha. Ashlishya, embracing with great pleasure. Va, or Pararatam, who is fallen at the lotus feet. Panashtu, Kinashtu, let him trample. Mam, me.
Translation. Let Krishna tightly embrace this maidservant who has fallen at his lotus feet. Let him trample me or break my heart by never being visible to me. He is a debauchee, after all, and can do whatever he likes, but he is still no one other than the worshipable Lord of my heart.
Thoughts?
Let Krishna tightly embrace this maidservant who has fallen at his lotus feet. Let him trample me. Oh. No. After all, he can do as he likes. That is a fact. Who says like that?
What's your tongue?
I know. It's like, I love you so much, but, I'm not expecting you to reciprocate in any particular way. You can be rough with me. And
Change one word there. I love you so much that. Not but.
right.
They're literally like, this is the type of, the level of love Lord Chaitanya has.
Right. Yeah.
I love you so much that.
Yeah.
That's literally what this verse is, right? Let Krishna tightly embrace this maidservant who has fallen at his lotus feet. Let him trample me or break my heart by never being visible to me. He is a debauchee after all and can do whatever he likes. So interesting. The word "but" is here, but it's flipped around. Not like I love you so much, but it's more like you can do whatever you like, but I will still love you. No, I love you, but you can do it. It doesn't make sense as much, right?
Right.
You can do whatever you like, but I'll still love you and worship you with all my heart.
Trample. Let him trample me. That also sounds like, I've been reading teachings in Kunti, and it's like, let the calamities come.
Right.
The trampling. Yeah. Let me be trampled by material existence. Oh. Let the calamities come. For when calamities come, whenever Krishna is there, it's like, Wow. Okay. Again, high level.
Yeah. So what's what's the next step for us towards, like, this is our goal, to be that in love with Krishna that it's unconditional. Like, literally, what does unconditional love really mean? It means like this. No conditions. I don't. There's no condition, such as treat me nicely in return, reciprocate my love, whatever you want. That's unconditional love.
Yeah. Right.
No expectation.
Yeah, I
at
mean,
all.
unconditional love is something that is very rarely found here in this material world.
It's kind of talked about a lot.
It's talked about a lot, and now these days there's this, pull towards radical self, love, and it's like radical to be like love yourself unconditionally,
Right, love
like,
yourself unconditionally. You just don't hear that anywhere in our sastra. Radical, unconditional love for self. How would, okay, pretend there's someone watching who's like all about that.
all about what? Radical self-love.
Yeah. I'll go first.
And that's another thing, like, for those people, do they have the correct understanding of what is self?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I was actually thinking about this today. Self-love. I remember when I was a teenager, I'd go surfing almost every day. And spending time by myself, it really was like hanging out with myself. It's like I was, spending quality time with myself.
Right. Yeah.
And it was healthy. I think we should be able to enjoy our own company. Maybe this isn't like, I gotta be careful because Lord Chaitanya's standard was very high. I was listening today one pastime. He said, why are you, said to one, I think Mukunda, in the company of us devotees, you're a great devotee. But when you're in the company of philosophers, you're a great philosopher. I don't want anything to do with you. He said, I don't want to see you.
Right.
Of course, we the next scene in that episode of Lord Chaitanya's Leela is that he said, I will see you. You can see me after 10 million years.
Yeah, right.
And Mukunda said, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. He was an ex.
Yeah, it's like, I got a date.
Yeah, there's a date to it. There's a guaranteed date.
Yeah.
I'm going to see my Lord. So good. And then Lord Chaitanya said this. Basically, you're saying, like, this is actually you've melted me.
And that's like an example of like this.
Of this, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Fact, Krishna. I was going on a tangent, and Krishna's brought me back. Thank you.
He accepted that. It's so much love. Whatever he said, it's like, thank you, my Lord. Just like, love, gratitude. Like, 10 million years, yay! For someone else, like, wow, 10 million, wow.
Yeah.
That is like, how could you even say that to me?
Yeah, and considering a moment feels like 10 million years already for a real devotee. So, I don't know. I kind of do want to crack this self-love thing today, though. Like, there's something to be said for enjoying your own company. you should be able to, not that you like make a concerted effort to spend time with yourself and like love yourself, but you shouldn't hate yourself, and you shouldn't be like not able to spend time with yourself.
I agree. Yeah.
Like that seems to me like a really unhealthy trait. Someone who looks in the mirror, they don't like what they see, they can't be alone, they'll have to be surrounded by others or always socializing in some way, social media or whatever. I've
I
been in
mean,
that.
mhm.
I've been in that space before. And noticing, catching myself being like, man, I should just read. But the mind's like, no, you have to like be out there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about Radhanath Swami, the journey home. And, he starts off going traveling with friends, and then the more he gets deeper into like self inquiry, it's alone. I got to do this alone. It's like I got to,
Right.
the solitude is very important, and that's when you're connecting with yourself.
Yeah.
Or at least trying to figure it out.
Yeah, bhakti is kind of like it has two sides, the congregational side and the solitude.
Personal practice.
Japa.
Yeah.
Like I invited one devotee like this morning. Do you want to come chant on Zoom? And he said, thank you for the invitation. However, I chant japa alone. I was like, respect, Like, I think that what that communicated for me was like, japa for this devotee is something he's deliberately practicing alone. I think when you do something deliberately, there's a depth to it.
Yeah.
Like for me, chanting alone is like incidental and even unwanted. I'm like, no, I want to chant with others, mainly because my mind wanders and I need that accountability. So in contrast, this devotee is like, I chant alone. Like, not only do I not need accountability or others, I don't want that because some reason, he didn't say, but like some reason, he doesn't want others around. I'm assuming because he has a certain experience that he wants
that
in his japa.
Alone.
Yeah. And I think that's inspiring to me. Yeah, being interested in solitude, I think, is good. I mean, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur pointed to, in his prayers, Dushnamana. Maybe I should bring it up. He chastises his mind for wanting solitude. This doesn't make sense without bringing it up. Chastising your mind for wanting solitude. Anyone new hearing that, it's just like, what language is that?
Prayers by who, or what did you say?
Dushdamana. It's a prayer. It's a chastisement of the mind by Bhaktisiddhanta.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll share screen when I got it. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, here it is. Yeah, Dushdamana. I'll share the screen. Okay. O wicked mind, what kind of a Vaishnava do you think you are? Your pretentious show of chanting Lord Hari's holy name in a solitary place is only for the sake of attaining the false prestige of a worldly reputation. It is nothing but pure hypocrisy. So for me, that says that there's something like being a solo Babaji is something that is worthy, or at least in this time, of respect. So it seems like it's something to aspire for, but at the same time, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is saying, like, yeah, I mean, it looks like it's encouraged to chant alone by this. What do you think? At the same time, he's discouraging himself for wanting to do it for the wrong reason. So it seems
Yes,
there is a right
exactly.
reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe in Kali Yuga, the right reason is displaced by a wrong reason, which is, I'm chanting in solitude and I know that this is going to get respect and, let me do it for that reason.
Was that the line?
That was the line.
Yeah.
Anyway, I keep it simple. I'm just like, Prabhupada seemed to want us to chant together,
And the whole Mangalarti was the whole morning program. Was set up congregationally. Chant together, japa together, prayers together. Yeah, and like you said, in Kali Yuga, so many distractions.
Yeah.
And so, strength in numbers, but however, everyone is different, and it's a personal practice. So, yeah. I remember actually when I first started chanting, and then I would get invited to chant with the devotees who were like, cultivating me back then when I didn't realize. And I was like, wow, they chant so fast, they chant so loud, this is too much. I was going slow and it's like, it's too much noise. Like, that was distracting. And then, because I was just used to doing it the way I did it at home and like trying to feel into it. But now, the opposite is, I feel very much like you. I feel like chanting alone, it gets difficult because the mind is not racing, where if there's at least one more person in the room, I'm like, okay, let's stay focused.
Yeah, people new to practicing bhakti seem to, chanting alone is just like, well, what else? It's obvious.
Right.
I'm putting bhakti into my life. My life is at home or whatever. My friends don't do it, so just do it alone. It's not even a thought like that. I remember when I started chanting, I had beads in my pocket and I'd be walking around Brisbane as a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid. I have my beads, no bag, just in my pocket, my hoodie or whatever, and I'd just be singing. I didn't know, how to chant japa. Japa means to mumble, murmur softly. So I'd just be like, Hare Krishna, as I'm walking around the city, chanting my beads. And then if I saw like a dusty window or something like that, I'd like write Krishna, because I'm a graffiti kid at that time. Still am. But yeah, that was my jam, chanting, scribing. I made it my own practice. But yeah, like now it's like, I think it's due to offenses that, because new people, I notice, they're like, they get right into, making it like this deep kind of like experience with their picture and their like candle and like you know, and they chant really slowly.
They really try and hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, they're in the nectar stage of like basically pure devotion. You know, they haven't made any offenses. They're chanting, you know, closer to the should have known.
The Lord Chaitanya gives you that taste in the beginning.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about how all conversations lead back to chanting. You know, the line we're talking about now, and somehow it goes. It's always the focus. Everything goes back to chanting.
It's good. Yeah. That's kind of the
basis.
Yeah. That's also, I guess.
This age, it's like chanting the Mahamantra. That's how we're gonna, you know, even have a desire to aspire for this.
Yeah. So let Krishna tightly embrace his maidservant who has fallen at his feet, or let him trample me. It's whatever he wants. Real love is like, I'm interested in what the beloved wants. And if he wants to ignore his servant, then like, why would I protest? That means it's not selfless love. It's some attachment to me, right? Like, it's about me.
Exactly.
Whereas in this prayer, it's not about me at all. And the irony here is that self-effacement is self-fulfillment. You know, to the degree that we forget self, we're happy. And to the degree that we're remembering self and our needs and our wants, we suffer. It's a paradox. Self-interest never leads to self-fulfillment. So our real self-interest is in serving Krishna. Just self-effect, you know, it's not about me.
Serving the other.
Serving the other, yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking about how parenthood will be much like that.
Yeah.
It's all about serving the other. And actually, there's so much taste in that. That's why people have children. It's natural, of course, and it can be a tough challenge, but the service to the other gives so much taste. So people have lots of children. It's the service attitude that actually really purifies the heart.
Right. Yeah. It's true. Yeah. One of the reasons I wanted to get into it straight away, becoming a parent, is like I know and I knew it would make my life perfect. Because what does it mean to have? What is the perfect? How do you perfect your life as a man? You make someone else's life more important than your own. Like, without that, are you even a man? So yeah, having a child is the way to do that. Yeah, it's the gift of the opportunity to get out of yourself.
Yeah, selflessness.
Yeah, the gift of giving.
Yeah.
Someone to serve, yeah. Same with getting married. One devotee asked me, like, Why do you want to get married? Someone to serve. I want someone to serve.
That mood, yeah, cultivating that mood in this realm will help us, if we're practically doing this, cultivating this mood with people, with Krishna's devotees, and then with Krishna.
Yeah, practice. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, and it's like you said the other day. When you graduate from one, yeah, that's right. If if I want to become a pure devotee, but right now I'm not even interested in the needs of others. It's quite daunting. Pure devotional service is like, are you serious? It takes complete self-effacement. It's like I'm still hogging, all the gulabs, at the festivals. I'm nowhere near selflessness, or just pick a pure devotional service with no interruption.
Right.
It's actually daunting.
Right.
And so, the first few verses are like, please make me a particle of dust at the lotus feet. And once we're a particle of dust, we're in the arena of Krishna's lotus feet. We're under that shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. And from there, we can see all the others doing their seva. And we can be like, we can aspire to the next level of pure devotional service. Being dust is cool. And what if the next step gets revealed after taking one step, Yeah, it's like, I can't conceive of walking, to Auckland or riding to Auckland. Well, actually, I can. I did it recently. But that's the thing, right? If you've done, if you've done a 5-day ride, you've done something, then you can conceive of the next level. Right? So having a child allows you to conceive of a more pure, unconditional level of service. Even having a dog, it's like, I know what it's like. You've had an experience, right? You've got something on your resume. So I've served someone. I've made someone's life more important than my own at some stage, to some degree. Now you've got that under your belt, you can start to conceive of pure devotional service to some extent. But if you've never done any service, it's like, it's just like inconceivable. That's the benefit of serving others in the material world. You can start to conceive, and you've had that flavor, like you say, that taste. Of that you feel you. Not only have you done it, but you've actually enjoyed it. So it's like, okay, pure devotional service to Krishna. Okay, I've done some service for someone else. It was really good. I could do that, non-stop. It starts to become conceivable.
Maid servant.
Yeah. Hence, being a servant, being an employee, being a servant in some way, shape, or form, having a job, all these things are good for the devotee.
It's all practice. Gaining taste for what we're naturally meant to do, our constitutional position as Jiva. So, Okay, well, let Krishna tightly embrace this maidservant, or let him trample me. Yeah, just the emotion. What are you taking away?
That having a child is going to be really good for me, because I am often daunted by, I think about becoming a pure devotee in this life, and like going back to Godhead, or like going, just pure devotional service, and I'm like, that's so far away from me. Like I'm so attached to me, and being superficial is pain. I'm like, okay, let's have short. Let's get up, like not snooze, let's not snooze anymore. It's like really hard,
Yeah.
So from there, it's like, yeah, you ain't going back to God, but like having a kid, you gotta get up.
No snoozing. No more snoozing.
Yeah, that's the T-shirt. That's the slogan for it.
No more
That's what I'm getting.
snoozing.
Yeah. Yeah, somehow or other we gotta give up selfish, lazy stuff. Become sacrificial.
Yeah.
But it's nectar. Like once I'm actually up, or once I'm insights to others, it's nectar. It's like dishes, You look at them from the lounge room, and it's just like a horror movie playing in your head, like visualizing yourself over there washing them. It's just like
You don't
want to. And then you rather just do it because you're a responsible human being, and so you're doing it, and it's just like, hey, this ain't so bad at all. It's actually really good.
And then when they're all done, you're like, look at this.
Yes,
feels great.
Yeah. And
Sattva.
Yeah. So therefore it's described, right? Sattva gun, the mode of goodness, is poison in the beginning, nectar in the end.
Accurate. Very accurate. Yes.
And devotional service is actually nectar in the end, beginning and the end. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Sattva gun, that's the message. Go after service.
Okay. For me, we spoke about a few things. When I said, like, somehow we go straight back to chanting. Like, it's like, for me, I focused on chanting and really trying to connect. I'm really trying to, like, serve the holy name. It's kind of like, that's where I'm starting. Like, we're at the last verse of Siksastakam, so it's like, I don't really know what to say. But naturally, conversation always goes back to chanting. This has to be the basis. It has to be. Chanting will purify the heart to get to such a level. You take it seriously. Become that maidservant of the holy name.
Has Lord Japa practice been impacted, or has it improved, or has it gone deeper as a result of going through Siksastakam?
Hmm. I mean, slightly.
Are you like consciously like
Yeah,
trying
I'm
to
trying
change?
to be. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, basically attentive chanting.
Yeah, aspiring for that,
Yeah.
and continuing to chant, no matter. Yeah, the day gets ahead of you, and just try and like set out the time, sit down, and hear.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
try my best to be focused. Make sure I've set up everything so I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's how much nicer is it to chant japa when you're trying to chant attentively?
Yeah. Yeah, it is a different experience than when you're trying to just like going through the motions, trying to get it done, quote unquote. Different experience. Yeah. So just trying to set myself up nicely for japa. I mean, that's
Yeah. Devotional life can be quite austere. It's kind of austere to the degree that you don't want to do it. Like that's basically what austerity means, right? Doing something you don't want to do. So if you just want to do it, it's no longer austere.
Yeah,
It's
right.
nectar.
Yeah.
So I think it's about like whatever you don't want to do that twice as with twice as much quality. It's like you don't want to get up early. Okay, get up earlier than you know what I mean? Like set your alarm even earlier. That helps me. I don't want to wake up at 5, but I'm more inspired. I'm kind of inspired to wake up at 4:30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to chant 16 rounds, but I'm inspired to chant 64.
Right.
Not like every day, but like if there's an opportunity, it's like, yeah, 64 rounds would be awesome. It's like I want to like, what else? Read, do my reading today, but like I'm inspired to like start to like read, have a yogya, like an hour reading session.
Solid block, yeah.
Something about like whatever your quota is when you're doing just that, like it's about going the extra mile, right? When you're being about your devotional life, that, when you're, it's like if you're not enthusiastic about devotional service, then do more. Go the extra mile. Because if you're just trying to do the minimum,
just get absorbed,
then it sucks,
basically, yeah.
right? Doing the minimum is a way of being. So if you're like, not enjoying your minimum, then you should do more.
No more snoozing.
Or at least just do your minimum with proper quality, right? Like,
quality.
like my thing with waking up is like, my mind's like, oh, wake up at 2:30 instead of, but it's like, no, actually, I'm just gonna consistently get up at 5-6, and chant my japa and then go. Like get that on lock.
Quality.
Yeah.
Put your attention. Yeah, put your attention. All your attention into it. And focus. Love it. Thank you.
Any more gems in this line. Just read it again. I am a maidservant. Wait. Let Krishna tightly embrace this maidservant who has fallen at his lotus feet. Let him trample me or break my heart by never being visible to me. He is a debauchee after all, and can do whatever he likes, but he is still no one other than the worshipable Lord of my heart. This is such a sweet, like pure love doesn't sound any, like this is as pure as love can get. Like actually this is like next level. You never hear anyone say, love is always like a two-way street, right? It's always reciprocal. But here it's like so high level that it's like there's just no conditions. It's like even you can do anything, I'll still worship you fully.
Yeah. Can make a person speechless.
Check this out. This is the next verse. I am a maidservant at the lotus feet of Krishna. He is the embodiment of transcendental happiness and mellows. If he likes, he can tightly embrace me and make me feel oneness with him, or by not giving me his audience. He may corrode my mind and body, nevertheless, it is he who is the Lord of my life. So the Siksastakam ends with this verse, but that one that I just read is the next verse in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. The one after that, my dear friend, just hear the decision of my mind. Krishna is the Lord of my life in all conditions, whether he shows me affection or kills me by giving me unhappiness. Any last words?
No. I'm speechless. Yeah, when you soak that up, it's like, what can I say?
Yeah. What's present for you after hearing that?
Yeah, possibility for unconditional love. Higher taste. Way, way higher taste.
For me, it's kind of like, it's like stirred up in narratas in my heart. It's kind of like this bitter, it's a savory thing. It's like, oh man, I'm like selfless, like that level of selflessness. It's like, doesn't occur for me. It's just like nectar. It's like, whoa, it's kind of daunting.
I get it. Yeah. Like you said, Krishna is starting to prepare us for, possible glimpses of what it can be like.
Yeah, so good. What a gift. Prabhupada said children are the deity or the household rather than the deity on the altar of Krishna. You have a human being to essentially worship and care of. They are the resting place of the Lord. They are our opportunity, our access to pure devotional service. In that sense.
Yes, exactly. So all those daunting feelings, I'm sure Krishna's arranging.
He's got a plan for those,
Yeah.
Okay, with 20 seconds to go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for participating in this conversation. And feel free to share your comments or questions. We love you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Srila Prabhupada.